So we are on the 3 hour. So let's see what that 3 hour has in store. So we look, we see the 3 hour has not broken the high and it hasn't pulled back. So we understand it's still in the impulse phase and now it's in a retracement phase on the 3 hour. So now we just want to find momentum on, not even momentum, structure on the 1 hour because we see how it went, we see how it retraced, and now it looks like it's giving an upside push. So let's go ahead and look on the 1 hour for structure. Perfect. So we want to find the last clear bit of structure. So the last clear bit of structure was going to be right here. So we had price pull down to this low, then it pulled back up here. And then after it pulled back, it broke. So it broke here, second candle push, and then pushed down to this low. So this is the low, 1 hour low, the new 1 hour low. This was high probability at the time. Price was playing around. Actually, why are those there? It's supposed to be right here, the start of our session. So as of right now, we just looking to see, hey, has price broken this high at all? So we take a look. We see that yes, when price had pulled back to here, well, hold on, nope, that's not even right because this was the low. So the pullback, the highest pullback was here. So we can go ahead and draw the 1 hour open zone here. And we understand that while price is within this area, we are only looking for sell opportunities. So we have a low here. We have this as our supply. And this right here is the high, which we can get rid of since we have the supply. So let's go ahead and go down to the 10 minute. So we see the price push to the downside, pull back to this zone, and we're looking for some type of continuation to the downside. So we can go to the 10 minute. Now we got here like a couple minutes ahead, right? So what we see right here is it is about 7:20, 7:25. So we see that the 10 minute has impulse to the upside. Now the thing is, until price closes past this zone on the 1 hour, which would be at 8 o'clock, everything uptrending is low probability. So even though this is a high probability 10 minute push, it's a low probability for us because the 1 hour can still easily push back down and give us a continuation off of this. Until the 1 hour actually closes past that zone, we are only looking for sales. So we'll go 10 minute. See, we'll do a 10 minute high here just for right now because price can keep pushing. And now we want to focus on the 5 minute. 5 minute, very similar. We're looking for sell opportunities and sell opportunities only. So on the 5 minute, what do I see? I see this was the last high, pull back, shoot up, shoot up, shoot up, shoot up, shoot up. So the 5 minute and the 10 minute are the exact same. So we can go to the 2 minute, see if there's anything different. On the 2 minute, I see push, pull, push, pull, push. Okay. So the 2 minute low is right here. So if the 2 minute pushes down, we're looking for a sell opportunity. So as of right now, we just are looking to see what structure we get. So we get another push. Boom. So on the 5 minute, we've started a retrace. On the 10 minute, we still pushing. So let's just keep going. 740. So on the 10 minute, we're still pushing, right? But on the 5 minute, I understand this has now turned into new structure right here. So this is new structure formed outside of this zone. So I'm going to go ahead and go to the 2 minute and look at this zone. So this was the first trade that I took for the day because the high was pushed up to here. Price couldn't break. It broke here, gave a second candle push. So for me, all of this is high probability. It's all high probability 2 minute for me. Now the reason I'm willing to take this at this moment is it's already 750. So I already know that, hey, it's 750. Price is pretty far away from structure and it's formed new momentum outside of here. So I know it's a high chance that price is going to close above this 1 hour zone because it's so close to the top of the hour. And again, we don't know if it's going to continue pushing or push down. So now I'm just going off of the cleanest structure available. The 10 minute structure isn't the cleanest yet because the demand's all the way down. So the 5 minute structure is the newest structure that's been formed. That new 5 minute structure was low probability, so we go to the 2 minute and we have a high probability opportunity. So this doesn't count as a test. It got near it, but didn't test it. So now we're just waiting to see if we get tested. Boom, we got a test right here. So we're looking to enter slightly above. Got a 5 pip stop. So that would be 6 or 12.5. So let's see if we get entered. Yep, we get entered. So we're going to go ahead and get our 0.75 levels. 12.5 times 0.75. That is 9.37. So about 9.4. Then pull back up to 12.5. All right. So now we want to go straight to the 1 minute and look to see, hey, where can we manage price from? So far, price has just pushed. Let's see what the next candle is. Boom. So it didn't give us a high probability push. It pushed here, didn't give a second candle push, immediately pulled down. So this would not be a high probability area. But we do want to go ahead and identify this as the 1 minute high because the next time it's broken, it could potentially form structure that allows us to protect our trade. So let's see what happens. Boom. Boom. Price just ends up pushing down all the way to our stop loss. Boom. So our first trade of the day ended up being a loss. So let's clear everything off and go to the top of the hour to reanalyze, right? So we see that price solidified or it created a high up here. So we're just gonna mark this as the 1 hour high because we see that it did break. So we're gonna get rid of this, right? And we're done with this for the moment as well. So now we can identify this because that zone is gone. Now we can identify the high probability 10-minute structure. So we see the 10-minute had a zone here, has a demand here. So we see the price had a high here, pulled back, and then it broke, gave a second candle push, closing above here, and then continued pushing, pushing, pushing up until this candle. So we see this is high probability structure. The 10-minute has the same high as the 1 hour, so we're just going to leave it as the 1 hour. So now we can also go to the 5-minute. Now this area would be an open zone. So what do we see? We see the price had this high here, it pulled back, and then continued pushing, which we see gave a push, a second candle push, third candle push, all the way up. So we will identify this as an open zone inside of it. So if price pulls to the zone, we're looking for 10-minute confirmations, but if it pulls all the way down to the 5-minute within this 10-minute, we would be willing to get in on 5-minute confirmation here. So we one trade down, one loss for the day. Now we can go down to we're at the 5-minute. So we know the 2-minute got stopped out, so let's see what happens. We see this 5-minute structure is broken. Let's see if we get a second candle push. Nope, it closed right above it, so that's not a second candle push. Boom, it wicked below, but it continued to push up. So let's see. Boom, so this solidified the low. So this is the low. Now we can go to the 10 minute, because what do we see? We see price impulse to the downside on the 5 minute, creating a new low, and now it's looking to retrace. So let's go to the 2 minute, see if it's any clear instruction. So first thing I notice is yes, price is pushing to the upside here, but it didn't break any structure. If we see, price went down, 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 down. So let's find the last bit of structure here. So the last bit of structure to me would be this low right here, or you could have picked this low. Either one, they come out to be basically the same thing, or right around or about the same thing. But we're going to go ahead and pick this low. So I see this low here, then price broke and continued its push. So that means this is a high probability zone from here to here on the 2 minute. We need to check, make sure it's 50%. It's not 50, so we just pull it up just a tiny bit to make sure it is at the 50% pullback level. So now we're just seeing if we get a test. So we get no test and price ends up breaking structure. So now let's see what happened. Price broke structure, closed, week below, so we get another candle. Boom. So this solidified the new low. So price created another 5 minute low probability setup. We can leave this as an open zone because it hasn't been tested. And now we want to go to the 2 minute again. We see the 2 minute low was broken, and we see it was high probability because it broke here. And then this candle closed below there. So we can draw this next zone on here. 2 minute. Make sure it's 50%. So we're going to pull this up some. Bang. So what do I see? Price is already tested here. It gave a nice bearish confirmation, but then it created a bullish candle, like a bullish doji. So let's see if we get another confirmation. Boom. So we get a confirmation, but this is so far away from the zone. I feel like I'm chasing the trade if I were to look to enter here. So rather than try to enter there, I'm just going to go back to the higher time frame and see what we get. Boom. So price pushed a little bit on the 5 minute. See if we get a second candle push. We do not, but we are within this 10 minute zone. So now I'm going to focus on 10 minute confirmations because I only want to look for buys off of this zone anyway. I'm not interested in any sell opportunities. So I want to get rid of these only because those are only valid when, you feel me, price is just floating. I'm looking to get in on a 10 minute buy, and the 10 minute momentum that I would be expecting off of this zone, I would expect it to blow through those. So this is the new 5 minute low. And boom, this is the 5 minute high. 5 minute high. And now we're just looking for a 10 minute confirmation. So we see we get a bullish 10 minute confirmation here. So we want to put our entry a little bit above. Look to enter. About 8.5. Yep. So that means we'd be looking at, so my actual was 8 pips. So we're doing about 8, which is 9, which is 18.5. So this was my second trade of the day off this 10 minute confirmation. So let's see if we get entered off the next candle. We do, perfect. So we want to go ahead and identify 17.5. So what do we have? 18.5. times 0.75, that's 13.8. Or 13.9, it's like 13.87. So we'll go ahead and put this here, partial, and then go back to 18.5. Perfect. So we got in on the 10 minute, so we're looking to manage just on the 5 minute. So what do we see on the 5 minute? We see price, because we only want to focus on the uptrending impulse that we're looking for out of price. So we see that price impulse to the upside is looking, it pulled back, so it started a pullback. So we have this high here. So we're looking for a high probability break so that we can protect our trade. So let's see what we get. Boom, we get a break. Boom, it wicked another high. Let's give it another chance. Boom. So it doesn't give us a high probability break. So we can identify this as the high now. So it doesn't give us high probability. So our stop loss isn't really protected here. But we can go to the 2 minute to see if they gave us anything. Focusing only on this uptrending move, let's see what 2 minute gave us. 2 minute had a little high right here, pushed, gave us a high probability. So we can mark this down here as a 2 minute zone that if price breaks and closes past, we'll be able to use as an exit opportunity, even though it's right by the stop loss. So there's a chance it breaks below and just stops us out. We see price had a high right here too on the 2 minute. But what happened? Price broke it and never broke this high. So this is low probability, just like the 5 minute. So for us to be able to protect our trade a little further into the drawdown or into profit potentially, we need price to break structure to the upside. So let's kind of fast forward and see what we end up getting. Boom. So price never broke to the upside, came down, tested this zone. Let's see. And we never got an opportunity to exit. It started wicking below and didn't close. And then it just finally wicked far enough down to where it stopped us out. So on the day, we took 2 losses to start the week off. I mean, again, it's only Monday. It's not a big deal. We followed our rules, stayed true to our trading plan. And that's really the most important thing that matters. The results, they'll come, they'll go. But the process is the important part that shouldn't be changing. The results. Today might be a win, tomorrow might be a loss. The next couple of days could be wins, the next couple of days could be losses. But the one thing that shouldn't be changing is my process. And I follow my process today. Just didn't go in my favor today. So, hey, we looked at it, learned from it, and now we're just going to show up tomorrow. So we'll show up tomorrow and see what happens.